We'll get you more on the Prime Minister interacting with top CEOs, the Prime Minister's big pitch and the CEO's reactions. That's coming up in a while. But before that, Headlines Today's managing editor Rahul Kanwal, he spoke to yoga and Tai Chi practitioners who performed for Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang at the Beijing Temple of Heaven.
We are here at the Temple of Heaven. We've got a bunch of yoga practitioners and Tai Chi practitioners with us. They've just finished performing for the premiers of our two countries. Let's have a quick chat to find out how their experience was. And I want to start by asking the first question to this girl, because you'd remember her from earlier this week when she was the Bharatnatyam dancer at the India Today Global Roundtable in Beijing today. She was leading the ceremony for the yoga performers and even had an opportunity to speak to the Prime Minister. What did you tell the Prime Minister?
Oh, I just tell the experience when I practicing yoga. Because I'm a dancer, so yoga for me is quite a new thing. But for this period, practicing give me a lot of new feeling. Very good experience.
You felt very happy because you've been going to India for such a long time, and here you had an opportunity to perform before the premiers of both countries.
Yes, of course. Very proud.
Okay. I also want to speak to Mohan Bhandare. He's the head teacher of one of the top yoga institutes over here. We saw him practice also earlier this week. Now all your students and you yourself coming together for this yoga performance, special moment.
It is a very special moment to see both Prime Ministers talking about yoga, and they're not talking like very briefly, but it looked like they have good understanding about yoga and Tai Chi. And Mr. Modi also talked about Tai Chi and to bring the two countries together, to bringing the traditional art of two countries together. I think it is a wonderful moment, not only for us as an Indian, but also for all of our students. And I think in China, yoga going to grow continuously as these two Prime Ministers come together and talk.
You run one of the yoga institutes here in Beijing. Do you think an opportunity like this where yoga is showcased, now tomorrow it will be in all the big newspapers, more people will find out about yoga. Do you see the popularity of yoga grow because of that?
Yes, I see that only from this event we can see how much enthusiasm is created. So I'm sure that it can create an incredible passion for yoga in the future. So it's a great event.
And that's great for your business, and it's great for people.
Yes, thankful. I'm very thankful.
Okay, I want to speak also to some of the Indian students who have been practicing Tai Chi for how long? So, you know, I know of Chinese doing yoga. You're the first bunch of Indians I've seen doing Tai Chi.
We decided let's do something different. Let's let the Indians do Tai Chi. So
how long have you been here? How did you pick up Tai Chi? What do you do?
Basically, I'm a student here. I study medicine. We've been here for almost 1.5 years. And we were given an option in university to select one of the sports. So we were like, let's do something amazing. Let's take Tai Chi. So we learned Tai Chi eventually for 1.5 years. And this is a great opportunity to perform in front of our Prime Minister here in China.
So how's the experience of doing Tai Chi for you?
It's been pretty good. It's something new. Like in yoga, we've already done Surya Namaskar and stuff like that. But in Tai Chi, it was totally new, like Bai He Liang She and other stuff which I can't pronounce. But yeah, it's been pretty good, amazing.
Explain to our viewers the similarities and the differences between yoga and Tai Chi.
Okay, what I have learned of Tai Chi, it basically helps you as a oneness between yourself, the world, and the soul inside you. So the powers inside you go out, and the powers from outside go in and help you to maintain a oneness within you, and also help in flexibility and mental stability.
And that just shows how similar both yoga and Tai Chi really are in different ways.
No, I think they will both work with energy, and once you are having different movement of the body, you're just channelizing the energy. And I think it is a basic concept of both practices.
How have you seen, since the both of you are yoga teachers over here, how have you seen the popularity of yoga grow? Because I see lots of yoga centers, I see lots of young Chinese doing yoga.
Yeah, because they are very stressed because of the work, and when they come to the yoga classes, they really feel relief mentally, physically, and they keep doing that, and as they're doing that, they're growing more and more.
As I end, can I request you all to do one of your favorite Tai Chi asanas? What do you call asanas in?
We do the basic Tai Chi.
Okay, so you do that, and can you get your crew to do whatever you thought was the highlight of your yoga performance, all right? Can we just have that? Let me just step aside. So you also need to tell our viewers what you guys are doing.
Okay.
So talk us through it while you do it.
Emma will do that for you.
Okay, go on. So okay, tell us. What is the particular exercise that you're doing? Go ahead and do it.
Basically, it's like first.
Like we're controlling.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. You're most welcome.
Thank you. It's been great having you. With camera person Kirpal Singh, this is Rahul Kanwal at the Temple of Heaven in Beijing for headlines today.
Okay, come on, let's do this.
Okay, so what are you supposed to do?
This. 1, 2, 3, go.
Thank you.
There is trillions of dollars under one roof, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he interacted with top CEOs of China, saying, come, make it India. There's a lot of reaction that's coming in. The CEOs sound very excited. Jack Ma of Alibaba has said, we are excited about India. We are excited about the Make in India and Digital India dream. And that's not all. Harbin Electric World would like to bring more light to India and take advantage of Make in India. The CEO, Zhao Lai, told Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And I want to quickly bring in headlines today's Smita Sharma, who's standing by at Shanghai at the CEO's conference. Describe to us the Prime Minister's pitch and the reaction, Smita.
Gaurav, clearly, Shanghai, which is, of course, the commercial capital of China, this is where all the trade talks were expected to happen. And it's been, of course, a power-packed breakfast meet for the Prime Minister. First up, that meeting with 15 to 20 top CEOs from, of course, India and China, closed-door meeting, and also following it up, of course, with an India-China Business Forum, which had some very, in fact, powerful and, popular industrialists in both the countries, some more than 125, in fact, CEOs attending that meeting where the Prime Minister, in fact, addressed the gathering. He gave, in fact, all these top CEOs in China the 5F formula, or, which he described as from the farm to fiber to fabric to fashion to foreign, the areas where he thinks Chinese investments can come in and make in India. Remember, the Prime Minister has a particular knack, of course, for alliteration. He always comes up with these very catchy phrases. Yesterday, also at the Tsinghua University, he referred to the 3 S's of China, in fact, which are very impressive, which is scale, which is speed, and which is skills as well. What we are learning, of course, are from the CEOs that they have responded very positively. Xiaomi, in fact, Li Bin, Xiaomi is one of the very powerful, in fact, telecom sector companies, the mobile companies. The Xiaomi president, in fact, has said that we have some big plans for India and that we fully support the Make in India program. So clearly, at this business forum meeting, Gaurav, also what we learned, in fact, sources telling headlines today that in a short while from now, in fact, 27 business-to-business agreements will be signed between the top leading companies on both sides. Gaurav?
Okay. Now, when we talk about Make in India, we talk about this ease of business in India. There's also this task force that's being set up to look into the spiraling trade imbalance. Do we know more about the nature of this task force?
Well, this task force, absolutely, Gaurav, while it will look into that, that increasing, in fact, a trade imbalance, which has crossed the $35 billion mark, but it will also, in fact, think of ways of where to bring in more Chinese investments into India and vice versa. Especially, with regards to Chinese investments, while India is very keen, while Mr. Modi's mantra is Make in India pitch for a country where he had visited a couple of times, even while he was the Gujarat Chief Minister, and was always accorded the red carpet welcome. But, despite having said that, there are trust issues between the two countries. Okay. There are harder, in fact, diplomatic issues that do exist on the ground, even on the issue of the electronic visas, which China, which India, in fact, now has extended for Chinese tourists, which the Prime Minister announced yesterday at Tsinghua University. Remember, there was, in fact, a lot of obstruction from the security agencies who were not too keen to give it, in fact, the go-ahead. So clearly, in these areas, when India wants Chinese companies to come into telecom markets, there will be certain, in fact, apprehensions, security clearances. But we have seen the Prime Minister, wherever he's gone, in Japan also, of course, he made that strong pitch asking companies to come and make in India. It was similar from, of course, Australia to Canada. Wherever he has gone, he has come up and he has assured, in fact, people that his government is trying to sort out all the basic complexities that do exist on the ground domestically and trying to ease out the business process.
Smita Sharma, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Keep tracking this big story. I will come back to you for more.